Hawks. These Hawks can win an NBL championship, but if they want to do that, they'll need to win this game, and Trey Kell is the man for them. Tyler Harvey's been sensational, but Trey Kell loves playing against the Bullets. You can see his numbers the last time he played, so therefore he must go in the Sportsbet same game multi. So jump on the Sportsbet feed and check it out. Trey Kell's in there, and check out what else is involved.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Welcome back to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. Near top of the table, fifth versus first, but the fifth probably is a little bit of a lie there. They're absolutely charging. Felix Von-Off, Derek Rucker, Andrew Bogut taking you through your bold predictions on this one. Bogue, start us off.
I'm going to go Prather and Harrison need 25 plus each for Brisbane to win.
Wow, well, I'm going even. I'm going with the big four scorers in the competition to go over 100 plus in this game combined, and Bogues, Illawarra go over 120.
You're getting into summer shootout numbers right there. Your prediction, win-loss?
Win-loss?
Win-loss. Illawarra?
Illawarra 125, Brisbane 113.
Well, that's the sort of game that we want to see. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Derek. Get over there. Near top of the table clash coming up. For those who are Santa for John Casey, I got very good news for you.
Great look for Cook. And that is a 30-piece. Good pass. Froling will finish off the play. Swings to Prather. Oh! Percy Prather.
Can the Bullets get it back? Cook for three! Keandre is cooking!
Illy got downhill and swatted out of there by Kell. Illawarra playing for the lead. And guess who? Big moment! Tyler Harvey once more stands up for the Hawks.
Well, the River City of Brisbane is back in the NBL playoff conversation. 5 wins in their last 6 games, has got their 0-3 start to the season well and truly in the distant past. Tonight, they entertain the top of the table Illawarra as the only 2 NBL Foundation teams remaining do battle, and we are glad that you could be along for the ride as well as we welcome you to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre at Boondall for the continuation of round 14 in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Should be a great clash between these teams, so important for Brisbane. They're making a run with a win tonight. They move up from 5th to 4th as we look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. But if they were to lose here, and a lot of people are tipping top of the table Illawarra, then they will slump to 7th. They have to back up against Tasmania on Sunday as well. So it is a busy time for Brisbane, but likewise for the Illawarra Hawks, who arrive here to play their 3rd game in 6 days. So will that be fatigue an issue? But Justin Schuler must be happy with his team at the moment. Their 9th year since they returned to the NBL in 2017. They've only made finals once, of course missing out last season on percentage. So they are looking to make this claim on the playoff spot, and a big win here against Illawarra, given that they have dominated against Illawarra at home, 7-3 in their last 10 games. And you take a look at the Bullets' leading scorers so far. Well, Casey Prather at 20 a game is 4th in the league, but 29 average last 7 games, including 33 threes at 62%. Got NBL MVPs Derek Rucker and Andrew Bogut with me. Bogue, so welcome to you. What have you liked so far about Casey Prather?
He's gotten some wins. I wouldn't say by himself, but a couple of games Derek and I have done and just spoke about in the lead-in that Brisbane was struggling, sputtering a little bit, and he turned it on, and he's just shooting at such an unbelievable clip over the last 3 or 4 weeks. If he continues that form, I don't think he's going to continue shooting 60% from 3, but if he just keeps that in the mid-40s and gets buckets the way he is. It's also amazing how many air balls he shot last game, and he's still shooting 60%. Like he'll miss them completely and then net the next 3. So that tells me that his confidence is there and he's happy to get them up.
And folks, his teammates need to take advantage of the attention that is drawn to Casey, and that comes off of them. So obviously he's not going to continue at this hot tear, but his teammates need to be ready to pick up the slack when his drop-off does occur, Case.
And the Hawks, well, you can't argue with their form at the moment either. They've won their last 4, 6 of their last 7, and Justin Tatum has got them cooking at the offensive end as well. Their last 6 games, 100 plus, which is, well, the last time they had that many, they had 7 century scores in 0-1. So they're cranking out numbers that no one can compete with at the moment, and it's a joy to watch.
And neither one of these teams have been outstanding on the defensive end. In fact, Brisbane coming to this game 7th in the competition. Illawarra are in the middle middle of the pack at 5th. So we expect a lot of good looks, a lot of fast-paced basketball because both really like to push the ball up the court.
All I hope for is let's just let these big guys play. I don't want to see an early foul, cheap foul for Froling or Harrison. As a big guy, I want to see that battle mano-a-mano. I don't want to have the referee get one of them off the floor early.
Trey Kell's been outstanding, 26 points, 8 assists and 7 of 7 from the free throw line against Sydney on Christmas Day in Sydney. His last 10 quarters that he's played, Trey Kell, he scored 62 points and had 1 turnover. He is just feeling it.
I love the intelligence that he plays with, Case. He has a great feel for the game. He's patient. He plays at his own pace, as Andrew alluded to in the pregame. And there's no apparent weaknesses in his offensive game, but no over-reliance on one aspect of it. And he does a great job of distributing the basketball and providing direction for the Hawks offensively.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. You got to try to speed him up. He doesn't want to speed up. He likes playing at his own pace, and because of his size, he's hard to speed up. He's got strength, he's got size, so you just got to try to make him go faster.
Well, no one has a better handle on the Queensland NBL scene than Ariana Prather. She was in Cairns last night. Pleased to say she's with us here in Brisbane tonight. Welcome to you.
Thank you, John. I look forward to working with you for the first time, but I have to say it, you guys have already said it before, Isaac White, he had an incredible game at home in front of his home base, over 20 points. He's in the starting lineup again tonight. I think this is just such a great opportunity for him to step up and earn those consistent minutes before the injury replacement comes in. I don't know if he'll get 14 in the first half like he did last game, but anything that he can contribute with James Bateman out will be huge for the Bullets. And tonight they've sold the most tickets that they have all season long, so it's loud. It's going to be a great game, and the energy is so high right now.
Thanks very much, Ariana. And also, well, for the Illawarra Hawks, no change to the 5 that won by 3 in Sydney 2 nights ago. Peedling in for days is the only change from the team that played against Brisbane when they met back in round 2, and it was 113-101 Illawarra at home. So quality contest coming your way as the 12 days of Christmas continues. Hungry Jacks at NBL, top of the table, Illawarra Hawks, and the momentum with Brisbane, and they win the tip as well. And we'll look to get it scoring underway. Oh, good hands from Peatley. Snatched it away from Keandre Cook. This is Harvey behind the back, lost control, gets it back. And now Frolic against Harrison. Had a tough time of it last time against Harrison and came up with a block there. Harrison with the early win. Now Trey Kell is fouled off to the free throw line.
And that's a perfect example of what we were talking about just before the tip. Trey Kell's in the paint. Normally in those situations, players rush, try and get to their shot prematurely, but he was patient, drew the foul, and then he's still strong enough to get a quality attempt up at the rim. He goes to the line to shoot 2.
As I mentioned, 7 of 7 from the free throw line against Sydney on Christmas Day. Trey Kell, 81 of 94 at 86%. 5th in the competition getting to the stripe. And he knows how to get it done. So first score for the Hawks.
I like this, Bogues, up the floor early.
1-2-2 action.
Norton.
Just to eat time. I don't think it was trying to get a steal, just to try to eat some offense.
James Peatling, good hands. Snatches it away, gets it to Tyler Harvey, and will get it back. And Mason Peatling gives the Hawks a 4-0 start.
Andrew, I'm sure you've heard me allude to that. Sometimes just get up the floor and see how a team responds. You don't have to take the ball. You don't have to cause any disturbance. But sometimes you get a turnover. Now the Bullets look rattled.
They do, and sometimes it's just a bobble. Like the first turnover wasn't because of the pressure of Illawarra. It was just, why are you guys up the floor? I'm just going to give you the ball, go lay it up. 4-0, I'm going to give it back to you again. So really bad start from Brisbane. Like we've spoken about numerous times, you're better off booting the ball in the stands and giving live ball turnovers.
And it's been a problem for Brisbane right throughout the season. They've only won 5 first quarters, which is the least in the competition. So they set themselves a task straight from the get-go. Peatling's been good, having an influence. One is Swakala Bullock getting busy as well off the window. Tip in provided by Froling. It's a 6-0 start.
One of the guards on that weak side needs to slide in and get the legs of Froling. Harrison did the right thing, contested.
Brisbane maintained possession here. Almost 90 seconds played in this opening quarter.
I'd like to see something for Prather here. They've got that small lineup out there.
Norton to restart. And they do go to Prey that bumps into Peatling, came up empty. So the first shot of the game for Brisbane. 90 seconds, Trey Kell exploring, kicks outside. Firing from deep, couldn't get it done there. Only Swakala Bullock. Shooting at 43% from deep. It's been good in that category this season as Norton comes up empty. Frolling. To get it inside to Peatling. Found good position. It's an 8-0 start now for the Hawks, and Justin Schull has seen enough. It's taken less than 2 minutes, and the top of the table Hawks are showing us what they're all about.
And Bogues, those 2 possessions where Illawarra got up the floor and applied defensive pressure has disrupted the Bullets so much that I don't think they've run a set play yet.
They have not. Set the tone from the start. You know, who's going to punch first? You know, you use those kind of, it's a boxing fight, who's going to win it, and right now they're winning at the start.
Sam Frolling, one of 3 scorers so far. He spoke to Ariana Prey the pre-game.
Sam Frolling, thank you so much for joining me pre-game. First things first, I have to ask about the uniforms. You're still rocking the Christmas gear. Christmas is over. Is that just like a superstition thing going on?
It's Joe and JT, they've got a little bit. When we're winning in uniforms, we keep wearing them. So last year we had the Hawkman uniform that we wore almost till the end of the year. So who knows, Christmas ones might stick around.
You've been playing at a high level this season as well. What are you happy with so far from yourself?
I mean, I'm just happy we're winning. It's, you know, we've had some up and down years, and it really makes you appreciate this year and enjoy it. And the guys we have on the group, it's fun to come in every day and work, and it's so enjoyable. And you know, it's special. You don't get this every year that you're on a team. So, you know, we're just really taking it in at the moment and enjoying it.
No doubt they're enjoying it. One thing that's impressed me is the diversity that the Hawks have brought this season. They've got 6 individual players who have led scoring, 5 different players have led a game in rebounding, and 6 different players have led a game in assists. So that's hard to guard against.
Very well balanced. Even the way they play, they've got post-ups, they've got guys that can ISO, they've got pick and roll guys, they've got great offensive rebounders, and they've got defensive lineups too at the other end that they can go to if they need to.
They've gone into a zone here.
Just Norton exploring. Harrison bubbled the pass. Comes to White. Red numbers on the shot clock for the Bullets now. Isaac White fires. Tough shot. Can't get it done. Harrison eventually rattles it home. First score for Brisbane. And it's taken 2.5 minutes. Ariana Prather was listening into the Bullets huddle.
That's right. Coach Schuler was telling his team on defense they have to do a better job on the ball screens. He's not liking how easy that they're getting to the basket. And then also he said, look, they're going to press hard. They want to start off the game on a high note. We just need to take our time, breathe, and break the press like we know how to do and we do in practice every day.
Harvey goes off the glass to open his account.
Well, Illawarra are so good in that pick and roll. They really gave the Sydney Kings a lot of problems on Christmas night. And they were very efficient. And again, the Bulls will have to tighten up on their pick and roll coverages. And Illawarra are using their hands great on the defensive end. Whether it's down low on the dribble or up high, they're blocking a lot of shots, getting hands on the ball.
So a milestone for Tyler Harvey there, 2,500 NBL career points. Closest we've got to a 50-40-90 season going at the moment, Tyler Harvey. He's shooting the ball 43% from deep, 92% from the free throw line, best in the competition, mid-40s from the field. So he might push into that.
And these aren't feet set wide open threes that he's taking to you know, keep that, Daniel Kickett, keep that percentage at 45%. Oh, he was my guy, but he'd shoot those wide open ones and keep that 45-45 going, but yeah, he's shooting well.
Now, we remember his first season in the NBL when he was runner-up in MVP voting in 2021. He hit 124 threes to lead the competition. He is lights out.
For the coaches out there and even the young kids watching at home, just watch his movement off the ball. A lot of times he's not touching the ball, the offensive possession. He might not get the shot up, but he flies off pin downs and it creates separation. So then it creates a help situation. Frolling, Peatling, these guys are getting wide open dunks and layups.
And Bogues is a curious player. He's a guy who's very smart and has continued to learn the game of basketball, has continued to be curious about how the NBL works, and as a result, he's established himself now as a real veteran elite player in the competition.
And he's been in Illawarra at its worst and its best. You know, I think that pays dividends in the NBL. You don't often see imports hang around for that long, but he's been around when it's been really bad and really good, and I think that builds character in yourself and the club.
So the foul on Mitch Norton was on a three-point attempt. And Trey Curl doing his work from the free throw line once more. Perfect 5 of 5 to start the game.
Case, a lot of points on the board by Illawarra, and Brisbane is so fumbly. They just need to settle down somehow.
Outside shot, they need a bucket. And they get that bucket there from Cook. Here's Tyler Harvey firing without success, and that will trickle out of court. Brisbane will start again here.
I like this substitution, Case. Josh Banner will come into the game for Isaac White, just a little bit more size, as that was a nice pull-up right there. Keandre Cook, one of the best in the league at hitting you with the jab and raising up from deep.
So Bannon hands over to Norton. And gets it back. Almost 4 minutes played. Opening quarter action from Boondall. There's Casey Prather with a fall away.
Love that set. Love that set. Get Prather on the block. He's bigger than you, Trey Kelly. He's going to back you down. He's going to shoot right over you.
Here's Curl back the other way. A hostage dribble, drawing a foul on Casey Prather. He's off to the free throw line again.
So good. He's just so good at changing speeds. And you look at him, his lower body and his hips, he's a kind of wide and strong legs. Saying that in a basketball sense, of course, Derek. But it's once he gets you kind of pinned on his hip, there's not much you can do. He pump fakes, he's got you at his disposal. And we're seeing Mitch Norton now, we're seeing numerous guys just reaching and getting cheap fouls.
And when you look at the composition of this Hawks team and the way they're built, a lot of it starts with the foundation, the centerpiece, Sam Froling, because when you have a local big like that, it allows you to go out and have the flexibility to sign 2 high-level import guards. And both these guards are match winners, and I've got them in my top 10 players in the competition.
3 great local bigs by that definition. Obviously, Froling's on the top of them, but they got a good balance of 3.
So 4 minutes played, opening quarter action, 7-point lead in favour of the Hawks from close range. That's a good finish and a confident finish from Casey Prather. The chance at a 3-point play.
Oh. And again, Casey, Days raises up in the stance. Once Casey sees those hips elevate, he knows that Days has no leverage, and he's able to get by him and draw the contact. Just so smart the way he's playing now.
So an 8-point lead has been cut to 4, and Will Hickey getting some treatment there from Cook. Bounces into Cook and is called for the foul.
Blue 1,
So it's a 4th team foul now on Brisbane. And we've still got 5:41. So Will Hickey to restart here.
I like this Hawks second string lineup. Both that they come with a lot of energy. They get the ball to Hyung-Jung Lee for 3s as Kel raises up, no good.
So Norton exploring. Guarded by Hickey. They were teammates for the Boomers last month in the Asia Cup qualifiers. Here's Emmett Nah has checked into the game, a former Hawks player, and he likes his first look but can't convert. Bannon, another one of those Boomers from November. Gets it back from Nah. Shot clock rolls to 5. Bannon 2 feet inside the front and comes up with his first points.
Good matchup there between the 2 young bigs. Bannon takes round 1. Ooh.
Miscommunication there, and the Hawks turn it over for the first time in the game. Brisbane has 3 in that category.
Nice little fight back here from the Bullets. And Mitch Norton, I think, now needs to inject himself into the game. He's been quiet early. They need some penetration just to bring the bigs into it, or that's the other way they can do it, Andrew.
Harrison double team, releases to Bannon. Nah, turns it down, goes to Norton, who's got the triple, and Brisbane in front for the first time.
He shoots well when we commentate, Derek. We're gonna do all these games.
Great fight back after they gave up the first 8 points of the game. It's 16-7 Brisbane at the moment. Hickey a little out of control. Ball knocked down out of court. Brisbane will come up with it.
In case we look at the Amy replay, Mitch Norton, I said he had been quiet. He caught one in rhythm. And if Bogues is in the house, Mitch Norton is knocking down threes.
Even when I was in a uniform, unfortunately. Out in Perth, daring him to shoot him, and him and Damian Martin somehow were marksmen against Sydney Kings.
A blocking foul going to be called here. So the Hawks fouls starting to mount. Hickey comes up with his first personal. I understand Rocco Sikarski on the bench tonight, but will not play. Did suffer an ankle knee injury in Adelaide on Christmas Eve, and they said it was nothing sinister. It seems as though it's enough to keep him out of today's or tonight's game. You're seeing there, but he won't be playing in this one.
He had a couple of flat spots around the FIBA break as Prather again attacks the cup. But I thought, nice tip in from Bannon, but I thought Bogues is starting to show signs of improvement, Rocco, over the past couple of rounds.
Yeah, he's starting to figure out where his minutes were coming from. He knew that he was going to get his 8 to 15, depending on how he was playing in foul trouble situations. So that always helps as a player. So it's a shame to see him sit now that he's got a decent rhythm going.
Bannon's been good from the stripe this season. The big man 20 of 24 at 83%. Just speaking about Mitch Norton, he leads the Brisbane Bullets in assists at 3 a game. That's 17th in the competition. Why do Brisbane not have someone? They don't need someone. Is it sustainable?
Well, the imports are high ISO guys, Bogues, make no bones about it. And I don't love that to build off of, but right now, Brisbane are in the predicament where they've just got to get wins anyhow, not worry about how they come and, you know, just get themselves in a position where they can qualify for the postseason. So the assists suffer as a result.
They do, and that's just the reality of it. Get it done however you can, as you said, but you would like to see a little bit more ball movement. We've seen it in spurts from them, but generally Cook, generally, you know, Prather, even throwing it down into the big fella in Harrison, it is isolation, heavy basketball.
In case you mentioned Josh Bannon, he's only played 2.5 minutes, and he's a +10.
Oh, here? Nah, I thought he was good vertical.
That's one of those plus minus vortex
you don't believe in it?
coincidences. The 2-minute one? It's like when you're the poor fella that gets in at the end of a game and you're -10 in a 40-point loss. You know, like sometimes you just gotta take the L. Sometimes I think.
Never been a big fan of the plus minus.
I think it's worthwhile for bulk minutes. I think in small minutes it can be deceiving sometimes.
Or you have to really frame it up with the video.
Yes, correct.
So Brisbane on top by 4 as we count down the last 4 minutes. H.J. Lee turns and shoots and comes up with a nice finish in his 50th NBL game.
Too easy. You know what that guy's coming in to do?
Yeah. Chasing under, inexcusable. And he will win them if they happen to win the championship. He will win or turn a semi-final or a final game just off his own bat. He shoots the ball that well. And having him off the bench like that is just amazing.
At 15, including 4 of 5 threes against Brisbane in round 2, and he looks to get busy again here, and he's off to the free throw line where the Hawks are already 7 of 7.
And that's where you see the intelligence of the Hawks unit. They understand what he's capable of doing. They get him the ball coming off the screen at nice timing, and then he's able to do more than you think he can do with the basketball, and he loves getting on his left hand.
How many of these current Hawks on the floor would start for other teams? Right now?
3.
2.5.
I got 3. Depending on the team, 3.
They're deep. My point being, they've got all their starters on the bench, and they're not really missing a beat. You know, they're probably going to take the lead with this lineup, which is pretty amazing.
Case, while we're on the Hawks, how long are they allowed to wear these uniforms for? Because the word is they will continue to wear them until they lose. Bogues, we can't have them.
If you're winning, that's against the world. If you're winning,
Bogues, you can't be wearing Christmas uniforms in
Show
February.
me the rule, Derek. Where does it say you have to wear non-Christmas uniforms?
Now, they look spectacular. I'm trying to get my hands on one. And shout out to Big Joe, the team manager, who actually designed these singlets. He does so much hard work, and previously with the Bullets, in fact, he was here in this venue when they won the championship in 07 with Joey Wright as the team manager, now with the Hawks. And he designed them. And I'd love you to send me one, Joe, because I think they're the best Christmas jerseys we've ever had. And I was disappointed, Bogues, and I think the Sydney Kings should be sanctioned for not wearing Christmas gear on Christmas Day.
They got other things to worry about, Case.
I'll take it up to management.
while you're speaking to management, we understand that there could be a new recruit in the wings. Is that something that's
First I've heard.
First you've heard of it? You're smiling.
Well, look, we're always looking. We're always trying to get better. Like I said, it's a tricky time now with the way the G League season goes. The two ways it's really kind of hurt the NBL in a way of getting prime imports mid-season. You got to kind of do your work early. But we're always got our ear to the ground, and we'll see what happens.
So Tristan Divas into the game. Both teams over the limit here. Divas' first trip to the free throw line this season. So he's seeing some early minutes here. Only scored 2 points this season coming into this game. You make that look easy as well. They've got the answers here at the moment, the Bullets. Again, they open up a 2-point edge, a little over 3 minutes out from quarter time.
A courageous move by Justin Schuler. Put Devers out there. Cook has a couple of fouls. White played his regular starting minutes that he has over the past.
Quick release. Lee off the mark. Hawks have used 10 of their 11 players already in this quarter. Brisbane has used 8 as Bannon gets it from Prather. Hands over, Emmett Nah. Harrison, crisp ball movement from the Bullets. Playing with confidence at the moment. And the finishing touches. Prather now up to 8 to lead all scorers. Game-high 5-point lead for Brisbane. A chance for them to expand on that. Divas in support. Nah decides to go solo. Comes up with his first score in the game.
And Bose, you go away and play on the other team's court and get off to a nice start, but all of a sudden they sniff a little something, a little bit of success, and they grow quickly. And now the Bullets are in a position where they've got the Hawks on their heels.
Yeah, completely flipped, didn't it? Completely flipped about midway through that first quarter. And I don't know if Illawarra probably thought it was going to be a rollover game, but Brisbane, one thing they've shown the last month is they fight. And they've got some guys that are playing really, really good right now. And Prather, he used to shoot the ball at an amazing clip from 3.
Well, Prather case is working with an old school mindset. The last game, I think he took 21 shots. He's getting them up. And when you're shooting at that clip, there's no need not to get them up. You're actually damaging your team by not shooting the ball more.
It's great to see him back in such good form. It's Lockie Albrecht. It's both his free throws to open his account. Hawks 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Brisbane 5 of 6. It's the home team with a 5-point buffer. Remembering that it was the Hawks who scored the first 8 points of the game. Pray the pocket pass. Harrison bounces inside. Continuation waved away, so free throws to come here. Peatling's going to pick up the foul. And it's his second personal.
His second personal foul, or 16th foul. Tyrell Harrison at the line for a pair of time foul.
So Harrison to the free throw line, 67% from the stripe this season, 36 of 54. When those teams met back in round 2, he had a double-double, 16 and 10 versus Frolling's 16 and 6. It was a good battle between the two bigs. This has been impressive from Brisbane, though. They were shaky at the start, turned the ball over 3 times, took them 2.5 minutes to score, gave up the first 8 points. And here they are at the moment with a 6-point buffer of their own.
And fixable issues. Whenever you're turning the ball over like that, it's easy to fix those issues. Don't turn the ball over, let's look after it. And when they do, they come down, they get quality possessions and get good shots.
And all they need is good looks because they are #1 team from the 3-point line in the league as Kell pulls up short.
Gets his own rebound and comes up with the 2.
But Case, both these teams shoot the ball very well. And it's no surprise that we've got this amount of scoring happening in this first quarter.
3 of 3 from deep Brisbane. Prather looking to make it 4 without a miss. 8-point buffer. So after the Hawks led by 8, now Brisbane do. H.J. Lee baseline adds to his tally, so he's up to 6 in the game.
Go back to him. Go back to him. Get it to Prather on a pin down or a handoff.
Harrison, Devers with it. Guarded by Kell. Works to the baseline now. Harrison rolling to the hoop. Got them in the air. Can't finish it. Free throws to come for Harrison.
And that will be Mason Peatling's 3rd foul. So he will have to come out, and Prather's brilliance is just set the stage for all of this to happen. He's got 11 points, and his scoring gives the team confidence.
Well, he looks like the best player out there right now, and confidence is frothing out there. Like, I'm the guy, give me the ball. You love to see it.
Ariana Prather.
Yeah, guys, I said it at the beginning of the game that this is a statement night for the Bullets. If they can win this game, it definitely says a lot. But listen, their defense is absolutely trashed right now. Illawarra Hawks are getting such easy looks at the basket. I mean, it's just unacceptable. Trey Cale going in and grabbing his own rebound and then going up for an easy two. If they want to win this game and they want to keep this lead, they have to get something going on defense.
And foul there from Emmett Nahr. Ariana, I believe our buddy Felix Von Hoff would like to submit an apology to you.
Listen, I love a good, healthy debate. And look, I'm like Cam Oliver. I had some Twitter fingers going on social media. They ain't gonna talk about my baby.
Well, I mean, Bogues, I never would have thought that Casey Prather would have been able to do 2/3 of what he's producing right now. And if he had done that, I would have considered that a good season
100%.
from him. And this is getting out of hand.
But persevere, you just love to see bounce backs from athlete as we get an easy turnover again.
Oh, and upstairs, Blanchfield with a rare throw down.
You love to see athletes that bounce back from career-ending, career-threatening injuries to come back into this form and sustain it. This isn't a flash in the pan. We thought it was a month ago. We're like, okay, it's one of those games. He's led his team. He'll have 1 or 2 of those a season. He's done that now for 6 or 7 straight games.
Bogues, we both played late into our 30s, and we understand when you enter your 30s and you start getting injuries just like ankle sprains, as Toby Smith-Milner gets it thrown out, there's a pressure, a stress that's generated. So to come back from what he's done is just so admirable.
Just incredible. Coming off 36 against Adelaide on Christmas Eve, 35 prior to that, 28 against the Kings prior to that, had 33 against Adelaide the first time, 31 in Perth against his former team. Shot clock 5 seconds inside the game clock here as we head toward quarter time. Here's a chance for Isaac White from close range to come up with his first points. So the Bullets equal their highest scoring first quarter of the season. Kell on the buzzer, rattles around and jumps out. So the top of the table Hawks have got some work to do because at quarter time, it's Brisbane on top. The Bullets 34, Hawks 29. More for you from Boondall in just a moment.
In the Bateman blackout shirts. They are both good. This is a game. Go, 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 go. Make some noise, Brisbane. White's got it up. Oh! That was super, super close. Congratulations. We've both given you a sign ball. Face the camera this way. Give us a big wave and let me hear you shout out, Go Bullets! Go Bullets! Let's go! Brisbane, we are up 5 points. When I say Brisbane, you say Bullets. Brisbane! Brisbane! Brisbane!
All right, it was a slow start, but the boys bounced back. There are a lot of fouls in that quarter, right? Second quarter coming up. Let's keep it 100 out there. Make some noise!
Great to have your company on a Friday night in the Hungry Jacks NBL, and a match-up between the Brisbane Bullets and Illawarra Hawks living right up to expectations at the moment. Hawks burst out of the blocks for the first 8 points of the game, but as we turn into the second term, it is Brisbane on top by 5, 34-29, behind 14 fouls called in that opening quarter. It's been physical, it's been entertaining. If you're enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching around Australia and beyond. Hawks with the possession arrow to get us underway here in the second term. Trey Curl's been busy, can't finish there. Smith-Milner the rebound as we get an update courtside from Ariana Prather.
That's right, the Bullets with the lead after the ends of the first, and I just love seeing players step up and talk to their team. Pete Ling said, we have to turn it up. We have to turn it up. Every 4 or 5 minutes, let's turn it up a notch. And then Coach Tatum walked over and said, don't get lazy on me. I'm getting you bodies. I'm getting subs in there. If you're in the game, do not get lazy on me, and I want to see you guys continue to work hard.
As I mentioned, third game in 6 days for the Hawks. They've been riding a wave of emotion as well with their success. This is Froling against Milner, drawing a foul and earning a trip to the free throw line.
I feel like you got to give him a gap. You got to give him a step when Froling catches it that high out on the post. If you're Smith-Milner, you just got to back off, put a hand up, and if he knocks that jumper down in your face, you live with it, but give him enough of a gap so he can't get by him and get that angle to the basket.
But we know, Bogues, that he's really not looking to shoot that face-up jump shot. He's trying to get baseline on you as he misses the first one, and there's a high probability of some feed coming. Case.
Sam Froling, 63% free throw shooter this season. Flat-looking number for the back end, and he's just teasing at the moment. So 3 points for Froling, 5 boards. Divas, some pressure as well, playing extended minutes here. This is Isaac White, down to the baseline. Bannon, Divas looking for the first three. If he's not, can't connect.
I'm Bullets coach Justin Schuler. I've got an itchy finger right now, and I'm ready to make substitutions. If we just show a little bit of weakness, or the momentum starts to swing slightly.
Casey Prather, and he started on the floor at the moment for Brisbane. He's got the rock at the moment against Blanchard, forces away pass, continuation waved away. They're going to be called on Todd Blanchard, his first personal. Marty Swakala-Bullock about to check back in, replacing Blanchfield. Smith-Milner sits down, Harrison checks in. Harrison tried to thread the needle. Trey Pell was awake to it though, and clipped on the heels there by Isaac White. So the foul's going to be called first personal on Isaac White.
Both teams struggling defensively as they are, need to be much better with their foul discipline. A lot of free throws made. The Hawks already, Bogues, are 13 of 15 from the line.
They're the ones I'd like to see not called, though. Ones that don't really affect the play. Like if he would have tripped over completely and lost the ball.
Right.
Same as, you know, an offensive rebounding tussle and someone's wrestling off the ball, it bounces the other way. You don't need to call it. I think sometimes we just get a little bit trigger hacked. It is a foul, but sometimes we can let some of those go.
Oh, great job there from Harrison. Swat that out of the cylinder. After the Hawks were counting two, and now he has to defend against Froling and forces him into error. Bannon charging up the floor, Prather in support, wants to go solo. That's an excellent finish. Well, Justin Tatum wants time out here. It's a 38-30 lead for the Brisbane Bullets. 8 scorers in the game for Brisbane already, and this is exquisite from Bannon. He's 3 of 3 from the field, has 7 points.
A little deflated with the Illawarra Hawks, just off that Christmas Day game. A lot of energy. Christmas, you're kind of at home, but you're not. Then you get to travel, coming back. They just seem a little bit flat. Other than that first 4 minutes when they picked up full court, you put the jinx on them. Since then, they've been pretty bad.
Prather's been the best, 11 points. He spoke pre-game to Ariana.
All right, Casey Prather, you trimmed the mustache, cleaned up the beard a little bit, look good, perform well. Is that the motto tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was just getting out of hand. So, my wife told me to go ahead and take care of that, so I thought I would, and hopefully it'll look a little better.
Well, they came out with the graphic 2 days ago on NBL. You are in the MVP conversation. You've been playing extremely well the last 6 games. Talk about what has you just playing on such a high level right now.
First of all, just extremely fortunate enough to be mentioned with some of the best guys in the league. You know, it's a talented league. The NBL has definitely grown since the last time I've been here, so it's definitely an honor. But for me, it's just more so about just trying to get wins, you know, trying to get to the playoff contingency and hopefully get a championship for this team. You know, everything else follow if it follows. If not, then that's fine with me too.
I fully endorse your comments, Derek. What he's been able to do, as you say, I think no one could have guessed that he would have come back to this level, to be an MVP conversation after the injury problems he's had. Remembering that he started so well in Australia, first 2016 and 17 championships with Perth.
And there's no way they would have expected this kind of output. He was brought in as a kind of a third cheaper import, quote unquote. That's a veteran, he's been there, he's won. To get what you're getting is just absolutely phenomenal for Brisbane.
Price is going up too. Here he is once more, stepping to the baseline. And nice finish again.
It's not touching the orange, Derek.
No, it isn't, and that's a good defender. That was Wani Swakala-Bullock, and he just blew by him like he wasn't there.
At 36 in Adelaide on Christmas Eve, and he did not score in the opening quarter, Casey Prather. So he can get it up quickly. Here's Froling. Harrison picked his pocket, took it away from him. Wide off and running. Prather in support. Bannon joining in top of the key. Brisbane with an 8-point buffer. White baseline. Tough shot gets it done. It's a double-figure lead.
He's so much more confident. It's amazing what that start and then being able to produce at the same time has done for him.
Hawks come up short, stay with it. Still can't get it done. Brisbane with the momentum.
Better job there of just going straight up on that Trey Kell pump fake rather than drawing a foul.
Trey Kell now 1 of 8 from the field.
No.
Froling.
Tragic Johnson.
There's Harvey, under the rack, and comes up with the 2. So 6 in the game now for Tyler Harvey.
Now that's where Tyrell, again, got to be more secure, better with the basketball. Don't get loose. You up 10, that was a big possession. You don't want to give the Hawks any sniff or any confidence.
Man's got to know his limitations. Reaching and Swakala-Bullock slaps it out of Prather's hands.
Well, you can see Wani's pride was challenged on that pull-up when Casey Prather went by him. The past 2 possessions, he's lifted his intensity.
Seven on the shot clock here for the Bullets. Norton to restart. Finds White, ready to go. Found the rim. This ball scored it out of bounds by Will Hickey. 4 of 6 from deep Brisbane. 1 of 7 the Hawks at the moment.
DeAndre Cook will get set to check in after an extended period on the bench after picking up his 2nd foul. So the Bullets got a little bit of fresh pump coming.
Trey Kell waited for Froling. Pass when he needed it. Brisbane get another stop. And Prather behind the back. Now reaching in. Foul's going to be called on Trey Kell. Going to be his first personal 9th team foul on the Hawks overall. 2nd in this term.
Froling did a good job to get that ball back with Prather. Quick pop off the floor, Bogues. You always talk about it. Was able to board that with the left hand. Great block shot.
I haven't seen Harvey back in yet. Maybe it's load management. What do you think, Derek?
Yeah.
Saving for that 2nd half. Those Damon throws something on the TV.
Norton off the front of the rim. Sam Froling just checked out. Passes. He wasn't a happy man. Thought he was fouled in the previous play phase. Hickey skip pass. Swakala-Bullock against Casey Prather. Feeds Albrecht. Down low. Shot clock to single digits now. Wani steps inside. Prather took it away from him. Releases the ball for Cook. Oh, Will Hickey stole it back. Slick hands there from Davo Hickey. Another opportunity presents here for Trey Kell and the Hawks. Outside Days. His little Appledonna jumped out. Harrison, quick release for Cook. White in support. And they hack away there and fouled hard. So Cook is off to the free throw line for the first time in the game.
Well, Bogues, no real feel for this game at the moment as Trey Kell has sustained some type of injury, and he hobbles to the bench.
Trey Kell III hobbles to the bench, replaced by Tyler Harvey.
Let's go courtside to Ariana Prather. We'll get to Ariana shortly, but also Trey Kell's gone straight the race to the change rooms. So that is a major concern for the Hawks. The margin back to double digits here. Inside 5 minutes remaining until half-time. So where does the score come from here? Albrecht down to the baseline against Harrison. Wants to take him on, muscles his way past and gets it done. Nice finish from Lockie Albrecht for his first field goal.
Well, Case, it's not too dissimilar to the Christmas night game. The Hawks played against the Kings, about the same margin at the same point in the game. So let's see how the Bullets respond, because we know the Hawks will bring it back at you.
Isaac White off the mark, his days. The mismatch against Mitch Norton. Marches over the top of him and did it illegally. It's an offensive foul.
You could see that eventuating from the Hungry Jacks logo at half court. You know, Mitch Norton's first man back. You know exactly what he's going to do. You're going to know the scouting report there. You're going to either Euro step, jump stop, or just do not go through his chest, because he's an expert. He's a master at taking those charges.
Second personal on Darius Days. Fourth team foul on the Hawks, who had 7 in the first quarter. So that's going to be an issue that they'll need to adjust to with 4 and a bit minutes left on the clock. Day sits down. Blanchfield comes back.
And Bogues, with this lineup out there for the Hawks, if I'm the Bullets, I'm selling out on the defensive end on Tyler Harvey. I'm not giving him any opportunity to impact this game.
Cook fires, shot on the rim, loose ball. Norton came to it. I'll reset here. Shot clock at 10. Cook past Albrecht, kicks Norton, looked off White. Continuation obviously waved away. A travelling violation is called. 8 turnovers now for Brisbane, 7 for the Hawks. High intensity.
Not often you see a team, excuse Jason, not often you see a team get a call and the coach still goes at the ref. You gave me the call. Why didn't you call it sooner? But I love Tatum's passion. I mean, sometimes it crosses the line, questionable by the beholder. But
he feels like they've gotten away with 3 travels.
Good ball movement there. Albrecht, good recognition, found Hickey for the finishing touches. His first score in the game. Margin cut to 6. 3:09 left on the clock here, or 3:10 until half-time. This is a good battle.
Good time out, though. Good time out for Brisbane. Things are getting kind of open, gym-ish, all over the place, helter-skelter. Settle things down, draw up a nice play here, get a good shot.
Well, Brisbane have done a good job in not allowing the Hawks' main scorers to really impact the game. Harvey, Froling, and Kell III, while they're not playing terrible, Bogues, they really aren't getting it going. They don't look like they're in the full flow of the basketball game.
Yeah, not in sync. They look flat, they look tired, but they're remaining close. If you're Brisbane, you've got to make sure, try to get this to a 10, 12-point lead at halftime. Don't let them get their nose in it, recover at halftime, come out and give a burst in the third quarter, make sure they're down.
The NBL Summer Shootout is very close. You choose the club that will score the highest points in their Summer Shootout game and correctly predict their score, and you're in with a chance to win $100,000. You can enter via the QR code or at nbl.com.au/shootout. All kicks off Jan 4 in Adelaide when Melbourne arrive for the rematch against the 36ers. I think the Hawks are probably going to be hard to beat as well in the Summer Shootout, as they've identified the Cairns Taipans as their game.
Not if you watched the game last night. Wasn't a whole lot of scoring there.
No, that was particularly difficult, wasn't it? 16 of 70 from deep they were combined, Melbourne and Cairns. Around 22% from long range. This has been a good one, though. Brisbane by 6 with possession. A little over 3 minutes out from half-time. When these teams met back in round 2, it was 60-59 at half-time in Brisbane's favour, but the Hawks found a way home and count the bucket for Casey Prather.
Don't know about the continuation there. I have to see that again. It looked like he put the ball on the floor as the foul happened, so I'm not sure. He's obviously not too happy with it. I think he's right, but...
Boats, you don't want fouls called, but you want to pull up a continuation and wipe the score. Come on, man.
Replay confirms that I was right. Sorry.
Yeah, it was early, wasn't it?
Let's get back to Ariana Prather.
Hey guys, like I was trying to say earlier, I don't know what happened. They lost me, but I'm back. I think a big matchup tonight is going to be the battle of the bigs. I think the guards are pretty equally matched up, except for Illawarra's bench coming in. But I think it's going to come down to Tyrell Harrison versus Sam Frawling. Who can grab the boards? Who can really dominate the paint tonight?
Ulbrich, the good hands from Hickey. Swakula Bullock involved as well. And Hickey with a reverse finish up to 4 in the game, cuts the margin a little closer.
Well, that's one of Illawarra's strengths, getting out on the break, points off of turnovers. And as long as Brisbane secure the ball better, they should be able to build on this lead. But that's their ninth turnover of the first half.
Too many. Casey Prather kicks outside. Norton ready to go. This time a little deep. Swakula Bullock with the rebound. I think Blanchfield ahead of him in terms of teammates, so slows it down. Average 13 turnovers a game, Brisbane, so to have 9 at this stage is way too many. Casey Prather in a tangle with Ulbrich, and the foul's going to be called on Lockie Ulbrich, going to be his second personal.
And if you look at this Amy replay, turnover, and then the Hawks are out on the break. Swakula Bullock does a very good job.
Out of the jump stop. 1-2. Get your feet right.
Whatever it takes to be under control.
Brisbane going uber small after uber small. If you were at the 5, now Bannon at the 5, so they're liking this small lineup, not too worried about the rebounds.
Wow, tough finish. Casey Prather adds another 2. 17 on 7 of 10 from the field, including 2 of 2 from deep. Is Blanchfield drawing a foul out on Casey Prather. It's going to be his second personal.
And give that Bullets defense some credit. They've limited Illawarra to only 11 points in just over 8 minutes of play in this quarter.
Do you take Prather out here? He's got 2.
Not a chance.
You're a coach.
I don't think you can afford 2 here. No, I think I'm rolling the dice here, Bogues. He's playing too well. His offense is too important right now. And this is a very good team you're playing against. You can't give them any little opportunity to jump in through the door.
Bannon put the stops on Ulbrich there. Boomer's teammates last month. Rivals here in this one. Brisbane by 8. White exploring, tough shot. Tyler Harvey did a great job to shut him down. Now White's going to be called for the foul. Got free throws to come here.
Number 2, Isaac White.
Bogues, it's obvious now. Harrison will come in for Prather.
I think you do it because you don't want to lose Prather's aggression coming out in the halftime. If he has 3, all of a sudden he pick up a cheap charge or something happens, then he's out for the whole third and potentially some of the fourth. So I think you can buy a little bit of time here just to make sure he doesn't get a cheap one.
And that conservative approach is respectable. I was just willing to roll the dice a little bit more as Harvey knocks down a big 3. He needed that to get himself going.
So did the Hawks. 2 of 10 from long range now. Brisbane 4 of 8. Look away pass. Harrison against Frawling. Dances down to the baseline with a nice finish. He's got 7 points, 3 boards.
His opposite hand is so good, Bogues. Got a great touch and control with that right hand.
Very important for big fellas.
Harvey feeling it, swishes another 3.
And that just can't happen. Simple pin down. After Harvey is knocked down a 3, Bogues, put your arms around his hips, chase him around the screen.
Make him go to the basket at all costs. You're not letting him get his feet set from behind the 3. And he's a guy that can turn the game so quickly. You know, Steph Curry, like in the NBA, you never want to compare players to Steph Curry, but in the NBL, he's that. He's a guy that can go bang, 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 9 points. So you got to always be wary of where he is.
White with a reverse, tough finish, couldn't get it done. Frawling the rebound, a chance for the Hawks to close even more. There'll be a slight difference between the game clock and shot clock as we head toward half-time. Tyler Harvey with 12 points leads the Hawks at the moment. And working against Bannon. Likes his chances, works into the paint. No, D, and adds another 2. 14 for Harvey. And here's Divas on the halftime buzzer, looked after the event. And the first half concludes here with Brisbane on top. They led by 5 at quarter time, and here at the major break, 50-48 in an entertaining affair.
A very good half of basketball. Both coaches would be pretty pleased with how their teams performed, but that close there by the Illawarra Hawks is a major concern for Justin Schuler.
Got to finish the half better. Probably should have a double-digit lead, if not 6-8 points there. And you got those 9 turnovers. The turnovers for Brisbane, live ball, layups at the other end. At least when Illawarra is turning it over, it's going out of bounds.
Let's get some reaction courtside with Ariana Prather.
Here with Isaac White. Isaac, you guys had a double-digit lead in that first half. How do you make sure that you guys keep that in the second?
Connections defensively. I mean, you know we just lost Tyler Harvey 2 times in a row, and that's going to cost us. So getting connected, pushing into action, and then figuring it out from there.
Offensively, no James Bateman, huge loss. You stepped up big in the last game. How do you get yourself going in the second?
Get the ball hopping. We get easy ones when we get it hopping, so starts with the movement, we'll all get open ones.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Isaac White there with Ariana Prather. Brisbane led the Hawks at halftime when they met back in round 2, but it was the Hawks who finished on top. Stay with us here in the Hungry Jacks. NBL, a lot more coming your way from the River City.
Isaiah Hunter, Ruben Kirby, Caden Joseph, and Macy Nicolopoulos. Oh, buckets straight away. So we've got some redbacks out there, some Wizards. Oh, watch out, camera crew. Mouse. Oh, forward. Ball, why would she just go home? Oh, a little short. All right, quick, throw it in. We got 2.5 minutes to go. Points. These two look like they're from Team Spider-Man. Oh, quick throw it in. There we go. Johnny Drama is courtside. Johnny, over to you.
Thanks, Adam. So today's Court of Dreams is special because we are featuring participants of our Under-13 development camp. George, can you tell us, who are these kids?
I guess, Johnny, these kids registered for our December holiday camps, and we thought, why not give them the opportunity to jump on court, show the skill.
And Lenny, there's school holiday clinics that are taking place all throughout January at our new High Performance Centre. Can you tell us a little bit about
Welcome back to the Brisbane Entertainment Centre where the Bullets have got a slim 2-point lead over the ladder leader Illawarra Hawks. They drifted out a bit further, but the Hawks, they will not be denied staying in this contest. This is a validation game for the Brisbane Bullets, and Derek Rucker, Andrew Bogut, they are bringing it to start it.
Yeah, it's been a good one, up and down. Illawarra came out really hard to start, got a nice little lead, and Brisbane steadied after a rocky start, and now we've got a nice game going in the second half.
Well, it's a very evenly balanced game so far, Andrew. I thought the Bullets let them off the hook late in that second quarter. Tyler Harvey was able to free up and knock down a couple of 3 balls, and now we have ourselves just a 2-point ball game.
Well, Trey Cal, is he 100%? As we were saying off camera, there's one guy you need to contain right there, and it's Tyler Harvey. But on the end of the Brisbane Bullets, Casey Prather, if you weren't NBL first team 4 days ago, you probably are now. He's playing out of his mind, and he started this one in the same fashion as he has the last few.
Yeah, he's found a youth. I don't know what he's found, but he's doing a sensational job. And from all the spots on the floor, posts up a guy bigger than him, bullies him, puts him in the basket, gets a free throw, takes Wani out to 3, hits a 3. So he's doing everything with them offensively. And even at the defensive end, he's battling, getting deflections, rebounding.
Well, what I like about it is he's taken on all comers on that end of the floor. The Hawks have thrown a bunch of different cats at him, and they haven't been able to contain Casey Prather. As we look at the Blackmore shot chart, he's 7 of 10. This is amazing, the run he is on, and we've seen some great runs this season, but Casey keeps it simple. Illawarra, he loves to work off of his right hand. Shade his right hand, make him go left one time, see how that works out for you.
Illawarra need to find a way to contain Casey Prather, but on their end of the floor, Trey Kell, not his usual self tonight, but Tyler Harvey certainly is, and he's bringing it.
He is. The speed that he flies off those ball screens and those down screens just puts so much pressure on the defense. And we're talking about it seemed like he didn't have too much involvement in the first half, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, 2 threes in a row to finish the half, and Illawarra back in the game.
He has a great ability to sense when he is needed, and he sensed it at the end of that half. That was the best move of the game right there. He gave Bannon the head and shoulders hezzy and blew by him to get on the cup. Again, another very strong first half from Tyler Harvey. And now that they're back in the game, it resets their blueprint. Now they can go back to probably the game plan that they came with, Andrew, and things can get a lot simpler for the Hawks now they're in the game.
Certainly is. Andrew, from your experience, the Illawarra Hawks right now, what do they do to be able to take this to win out?
Just come out with a bit more energy. I think they were a little flat after that first quarter. I think just the Christmas Day game, the travel, 2 games in, 48 hours really. So just coming out with the same energy. They've got it back to a close margin now. I think they'll be okay.
And Brisbane just have to find their place on the defensive end. They've got to lift the intensity. And if Trey Kell is unable to play in the second half, you have to sell out entirely on Tyler Harvey. He is not going to beat us.
Well, the Illawarra Hawks looking to continue their unbelievable run this season. The Brisbane Bullets, it's a validation game, looking to stamp themselves as contenders, but the action continues tomorrow, the 12 games of Christmas. The Adelaide 36ers, well, the season hasn't quite gone to plan, but there's still little to do in the Perth Wildcats, led by the current MVP leader in Bryce Cotton. But the second half from the Brisbane Entertainment Centre coming up next.
Hey, Noah, I got a great idea for a car buying service. So the service would be, they do all the running around for you and get you the best quotes. Yep, that's Motor Scout. No, but someone that can jump through all the hoops for you, organising loans and helping out on that end. Yep, that's Motor Scout. Yeah, but does Motor Scout also help out with my trading? Yeah, mate, they take care of everything. And the best part is it's 100% free. Yeah, it's Motor Scout.
Scan that QR code. Bullets fan pack on offer from Carnival Cruise Line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brisbane Bullets are proud to welcome back National Storage as our premier partner and official storage partner for the NBL25 season. You can see their iconic yellow and black logo displayed on our Bullets kit for the rest of the season. National Storage has been helping customers make space for their residential and commercial needs for over 25 years. With more than 250 centres across Australia and NZ, you'll be able to find a local National Storage near you. Want to win the ultimate Brisbane Bullets fan pack? Thanks to Carnival Cruise Line. This incredible prize includes 6 tickets to the Champions Club, 5 Inner Sanctum Experience tickets, 4 tickets to the Brisbane Bullets.
Here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. Before we get back to all the basketball action, I am here with the Brisbane Bullets CEO, Malcolm Watts. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, I got to ask you about the elephant in the room. No James Bateman. What can you tell us about his injury replacement? Can we get a wink if there's someone already in mind?
Can't give away too much, Ariana, you know that. Look, first and foremost, I think it's been a tough one for us. Not only has James been a great player, he's a wonderful human, so we're all hurting a little bit at the moment. And you can see with the team, we're all quite close, very well connected. So, yeah, I think the key thing for us at the moment is to move quickly. I think we've got a lot of momentum. We want to be a playing team this year, so that's what we're doing.
Absolutely. Momentum is the perfect word for it. Now, the team has won a few games in a row. You're up against the #1 team in the competition right now. What are you happy with so far?
I'm just really happy with how the guys seem to be playing for each other. I think, we've had some ups and downs this season, and I said we've got a storied history. But to be able to get these guys together and see them hungry, but really it's the extra steps they're going to day in, day out. And now on the court in the matches, it's really pleasing. And I think to come up against the #1 team, I think it's a great challenge. And what an opportunity it presents for a club and where we've been to take these guys on tonight.
Yeah, but you told me that the type of player that would fit this team perfectly is someone with grit. That's absolutely what this team needs.
Yeah, I think what we'll be looking for, it's probably like for like. I think, we're obviously looking for a guard, someone on the offensive end as well. But it's also someone that needs to fit our culture and our attitude at the moment. So Stu Lash and Justin Schuller have been heavy at work trying to identify, the next person to bring in.
Brisbane Bullets CEO Malcolm Watts, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see all the action in the second half.
Thanks very much, Ariana. Justin Schuller with his team up by 2 at the moment, back to their original starting 5. Likewise, the Hawks revert to their starting 5, so that means that Mason Peatling, who picked up 3 fouls in that opening quarter, is back. And Trey Curl is out there despite going off injured there with 4.5 to play in that second quarter. So the Bullets with a possession arrow, led by as many as 10 in that second quarter. Hawks scored the first 8 of the game if you've joined us late. It's been a seesawing affair, and Peatling got a piece of the action, but they can't prevent Orel Harrison from adding to his tally.
They decided to start with Trey Kell on Prather, I believe, because Wani, I think, has 2 fouls. They're trying to protect him a little bit. In a cross matchup.
Here's Harvey, started to get busy at the back end of the second. Unsuccessfully there as White exploring. Turned on a white Christmas in Adelaide on Christmas Eve with a career high, but not on that occasion. 3 of 9 from the field for his 6 points. Harvey finds Froling in a mismatch with Casey Prather. Spins to the baseline. It made it look easy. Sam Froling now up to 7 in the game.
Well, he always likes to get that spin move going baseline, and very crafty down there. And then once he got by Prather, his length took over.
9 rebounds in the first half for Sam Froling. No one has more than 3 individually for Brisbane. As White works on Harvey. Found a way past. Good aggressive move. And draws the foul.
Well, his self-belief has really grown. And he's just looking to square up on Tyler Harvey and attack him. And Case, NBA royalty is in the house. 11-time NBA All-Star, #1 overall draft in the NBA in 1985. Patrick Ewing, primarily known for his years with the New York Knicks. Wow.
Big name, is it? You're right. Royalty, 11-time All-NBA player. Averaged 21 and 10 in 1,183 games. The career highs of 51 points, 26 rebounds, and 11 assists. And around 125 mil during his playing days, almost as much as Bogues. And Ariana Prather's going to be talking with him shortly, so stick around for that.
And of course, his son, Pat Ewing Jr., is assistant coach with the Brisbane Bullets.
So here's Harvey, forced into a tough shot, but drew a foul in the process. Casey Prather's picked up his 3rd personal.
There you go, Derek. You kept him in as Coach Derek. That could have been 4. He's done, you know, so you're a gambling man.
We would have gone for that one. But Harvey getting on his left hand again, Bogues.
Yeah. And look, it's hard. You know players like Harvey are going to get to their left hand at all costs, right? So you're trying to do everything you can so he doesn't, but they're going to find a way to do it. You know, they've got all the schemes. They've seen every defense. They've seen everything in college, NBL. Sometimes it's easier said than done.
League's best free throw shooter misses the back end there. Harvey now 3 of 4. Hawks 14 of 17 from the free throw line. Brisbane 12 of 15 as Norton fires at the front of the rim. Froling got a piece of it, comes to Harvey. Almost 2 minutes played here in the 3rd. Kell, a tough night of it shooting-wise. Dishes off. This is Froling. Had the better of Harrison so far, can't convert. 2 minutes played in the 3rd. White hands off to Norton. Now it's Cook. Just 1 of 2 from the field, both 3-point attempts for Cook. Shovels it toward White. 8 on the shot clock as he works into the paint. Tough shot, gets it done. So into double digits. Prather's 17, White 10, and Tyler Harvey with 15 for the Hawks are the 3 in that category.
White really doing a good job of stepping up.
Harvey off the mark. White grabs the board. He wants to run as well. Haven't needed the shot clock in this quarter. They've been up tempo. White works past Swackler Bullock. Hands over Harrison. And he travelled in the process. Just had the feet in action too quick.
And you see that last possession getting Harvey to his right hand, the difference in flow. It just looks different. Shooting that floater, dribbles it with his right. He's got to get all the way over to his left and shoot it up. It's such a different shot compared to this one. There you go.
That's why we pay you the big bucks, Bogues. And you mentioned coaching. Does that hold any appeal to you at all in terms of a full-time role?
You never know. You never know. I definitely would like to coach one day. 2 young kids at the moment, so I don't really want to go through the coaching carousel. But I would definitely love to coach one day. But, you know, a national team job wouldn't be out of the question one day, hopefully.
Let's hope so. I'm sure that's raised a few eyebrows and something we can look forward to.
Love it, Case.
Here's Harvey, 9 on the shot clock. Shakes Norton, confronted by Harrison, goes on with the dribble. He's short. Harrison snatches the rebound. That's number 6 for him in that category. To go with his 9 points. Been a good battle between Harrison and Froling. Here they are again at it. Harrison just inconvenienced by Froling and lost control of it. 10 turnovers for Brisbane, 8 for the Hawks as Harvey got beyond Harrison. The pass was cut out. Active hands from Cook. Casey Prather with Kell to beat. Takes on Days as well. Gets it done. Draws a foul. Chance at a 3-point play.
And with play a little bit disjointed for a few possessions, the Bullets come up with a loose one, and Prather using that strength to knife his way through the lane and draw contact.
And both teams just kill themselves with turnovers. Brisbane 15 points off turnovers, Illawarra 16. The first team that gets fundamental, gets the jump stops, doesn't just throw it all over the place, just gets 3 or 4 good possessions where they get a shot at the rim, will take a nice little lead in this game.
9-5 the run since half-time. The Bullets on top by 6. Hickey shares it with Kell. Nice pass inside for Peatling. 3 of 3 from the field for his 6 points.
Great set, nice passing. And Brisbane, I feel, Bose, they got to get Keandre Cook going.
Here's Prather against Lee. Tough shot, gets it done.
So fundamentally sound. He's so much like the NBL's version of Jimmy Butler.
9 of 13 at 69%. Casey Prather has 22. The lead all scorers is Froling. Eventually came up with a finish.
Well, you talked about fundamentals before, Andrew, and that was as fundamental as it gets. A bank
Maybe a little
shot.
cha-cha-cha?
Oh, no.
Froling, yeah.
A bank shot from Casey and then Froling with great footwork.
Yes.
Beatling with the block.
And Prather's shot, you'd probably say is a bad shot, but a 1-foot fall away bank shot as we have Froling down the lane. And it's getting in that rhythm where who wants this game? Brisbane can take this game. They just got to knuckle down, show a bit more discipline at both ends of the floor.
Double-double for Sam Froling, 11 points, 10 boards. Here's Norton left alone at the foul line. Again, he's short. 1 of 6 from the field now, Mitch Norton. All being on the front of the rim. Kell, don't leave him that open. Big mistake. He peels off the triple, up to 12. His first 3 of the game, and timeout called as the Hawks retake the lead 62-61.
Well, Trey Kell not moving well after knocking down that shot, but very poor transition defense in this Amy replay. Bannon was screened by Peatling, and no one helps him out. And Kell, just target practice from there.
Inexcusable. Walk-up 3 for a guy who's shooting, high 30s, 40% from 3. Especially with Brisbane turning the ball over, run coming from Illawarra, you got to take care of those.
9-2 run from the Hawks here in the last 2 minutes has flipped this game from a 6-point lead for Brisbane to have the Hawks on top. This is what the Hawks can do to you as well. They've got so many weapons, come at you in so many different ways, and invariably they find a way to win. They're 7-3 on the road this season, which is the best in the competition, and have every base covered.
And in this game, they've got 8 steals. And they've done a great job reading the ball, getting their hands on the ball, and then converting. In Brisbane, it's a real danger time. Coming out of this timeout, they need a quality possession, make the Hawks play some defense, take a little bit of sting out of their momentum.
Let's go to Ariana Prather.
Well, he's been signing autographs all night, and rightfully so. One of the best to ever do it on a basketball court. Not one, but 2-time Basketball Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing. How are you loving Australia?
I'm enjoying it. It's great to be here. It's good to come over and visit my son and my grandkids. Brought my 2 youngest kids with me, so the weather's been great, and the people have been fantastic.
I don't think a lot of people know that your son, Patrick Ewing Jr., is one of the assistant coaches for the Bullets. Did you give him any pointers before the game tonight?
Well, I've been giving him a lot of pointers all his life, so, he thinks he knows a lot more than I do, so I just give him a break.
It was such an honor. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's great to be here.
Great finish there from Hickey, and nice interview as well. Great to have the NBA Hall of Famer in the house as well. But worrying signs here for Brisbane, because the Hawks all over at the moment, and the Bullets, who are 4 of 4 from deep in the opening quarter, are now 0 of 7 since and getting nothing from deep.
We talked about it in the first quarter. 4 assists for their 22 field goals, Derek, today for Brisbane. That's a tough recipe to get things done consistently.
Well, as the game wears on, Andrew, it's such a high energy play to try and beat your man repeatedly off the bounce. And that's how the Bullets have been winning games, so you can't really fault them.
Baseline, Cook, only starter on the floor at the moment for Brisbane. Worried out of it, came up empty against Days and Hickey, who wants it back from Kell. Froling against fellow boomer Josh Bannon. Spins baseline, bodies up against him, needs help. Foul call.
Bogues, that's a big, knowing Sam Froling wants to get baseline as much as possible. What do you do there, provided you know you're going to get limited help?
Yeah, it's tough when they go baseline, especially he loves working underneath the backboard and coming back around, so it's very hard to help from that position because he's so deep on the floor. You just got to try to gap and try to bait him into, shooting that jumper. But easier said than done. He knows that's not his strength. He's not going to shoot that consistently, and he just manages to get it done every game.
Brisbane just losing their way here at the moment. Credit to the Hawks, though, because they were down 6 earlier in this quarter, and now they lead by that number. 19 points to 11.
That paint area is an easy spot to get to right now for Illawarra. They're getting in there with Will penetrating. Let's see if Brisbane can keep them out of this possession.
Is Kell going to work again and up to the free throw line? If you've joined us later, just a reminder that no Rocco Zikarsky tonight after picking up a leg injury in Adelaide on Christmas Eve. Already short-staffed, of course. Brisbane, no Dengadell. Bairstow out injured as well. We know James Bateman recently with that hamstring problem as well. Sam McDaniel played only 1 game earlier in the season before he was injured. So it's been tough time for Brisbane in terms of personnel.
And Brisbane feel like they'll be able to bring the vast majority of this lineup back. And when you add Sam McDaniel and you get more games from Josh Bannon, they think they're building something that will be formidable for years to come. But first, they've got to get their act together right here. Down 8.
That equals the biggest lead of the game for the Hawks. They scored the first 8 points of the contest. They're back out by 8. In between, Brisbane have been out by as many as 10 in the second. Nothing on offer for him. Bannon against Froling. Pulls up and knocks it down as well. 9 in the game on 4 of 4 shooting for Josh Bannon.
Nice move, nice crossover, but just it's a grindy offense at the moment for Brisbane. Everything's one-on-one. Everything has to be worked for individually.
Days. It's just from Lee, goes to work on Bannon, muscles his way in and comes up with his first points in the game and draws a foul in the process.
And a point of emphasis at halftime from Coach Justin Tatum must have been get the ball at the rim, attack the backboard, put pressure on Brisbane's defensive legs, see if they can keep the ball in front of them. Andrew, and they're doing a really poor job of that.
It's just straight line drives off closeouts. So it's just closeout technique and not getting burnt middle. Number 1 rule in basketball is you close out. Don't let your man dribble through the middle of the floor. We've seen that the last 3 possessions, right through that tangerine orange there. Free throws or and ones.
Nine-point margin in favour of Brisbane. It's tried up here for Brisbane in this tournament. Cook's pass intended for Norton. Batted down out of court. Last touch by Brisbane.
It's amazing what early foul trouble can do to your flow in a basketball game. Cook, who has been playing very well, but just had his first quarter disjointed with the 2 quick fouls and really hasn't caught up yet. Oh.
Days from deep fires. That's off the mark. Well done, Smith-Milner to hold off Albrick and grab the rebound.
I'd like to see a touch of Prather here of some sort.
Bannon, tough shot. Whistle on the play as well.
Bailout whistle.
Or even Harrison, bring Harrison back in. I'd like to see something just to settle down. Throw it on the block to Prather or Harrison. Get him an easy look, if not free throws, because everything else they're running right now out on the perimeter and a lot of shooting out there, or at least made shooting that we've seen from 3 in this half that can create space.
Josh Bannon last season, 12.7 rebounds in the 19 games that he played. And again, injury has scuppered his season somewhat this season, where he's averaged 11 points, 8 boards, top 5 in the competition. But again, just 11th game tonight out of the 18 that his team have played. So get him healthy and get a good run at it. I certainly haven't seen the best of him yet.
And one of the things Brisbane can feel confident about is they've performed pretty well on the road this season already. They're 4-5, so they can handle their business as Hung Jung Lee just knocks one down from deep.
Bad stunt by Prather. He stunted off Lee to get a hand on Lockie Albrick, and you got to know your percentages there. You just fake it Albrick and stay home with Lee at all costs, and if Albrick makes it, you shake his hand and say, great.
Cook hard at it. Albrick going to be called for the foul. And the Hawks bench being told to come the farm as well. Here's Lee knocking down the long-range 3.
I'm not looking at them. I'm dealing
And
with
Bogues,
this
people don't understand when I talk about the late hand, sometimes actually assisting with the accuracy of the shooter. It almost serves as a sight line.
Just to make you really follow through and get your nice little arc there. but the percentages say you got to have a hand up. The numbers don't lie.
An
on
early
that.
hand.
Yeah, a hand period. But even a late hand is better than no hand. Mentally, maybe for great shooters like yourself, doesn't matter either way, right? But the percentages do say even if it's a crappy nonchalant hand right at the end, that the analytics, which is what the game these days is heavily based on, is you must contest with a hand, even if it's late, that it can affect the shooter.
Correct. And I appreciate the compliment.
Cook 4 of 4 from the stripe now. Brisbane 17 of 20 overall. Hawks 18 of 21 from the free throw line. 90 seconds to play in the third. Shot clock to single digits. Days goes to work and throws it down.
Well, they've broken the fabric of the Brisbane defense, or whatever existed of it in the first half, but the floodgates are truly open now.
Prather against Kell. Good contest. Now Bannon. Hands over to Norton. Down to the baseline. Dribbling into a trap. Foul going to be called here on Darius Day. So that's his 4th personal foul.
And that just kills you as a coach. Straight through the teeth of your defense. No real resistance from the defender. No help. And get dunked on right through the middle of the floor. That'll be one that will show up on the film session tomorrow morning or the next day when they do their review.
In case the Bullets restricted the Hawks to only 19 in that second quarter, but already the Hawks have put 29 on the board, which equals what they did in the first quarter. And those high 20-point quarters, folks, put so much pressure on you offensively to try and keep up and maintain the pace.
Mitch Norton, 2 of 4 from the stripe, 1 of 6 from the field for his 5 points inside the last 60 seconds of the third. Margin at 9. Bullets need a stop. They started this quarter up 2, got it out to 6 before the Hawks came marching back, and Olbrich marches inside for the finish there and a chance at a 3-point play.
And great execution by the Hawks. Give them some credit. They run that little screen, and great dime from Hickey. And Olbrich shows you his talent case. He's a guy who's athletic, and look at the handiwork to finish nice and softly at the basket.
He's an emerging talent. Oof. Well done, Lee. Stole it away, gave it to Hickey for an easy 2, and the margin is now ballooning out to a game high for the Hawks.
That's just not mental awareness. That's just not being switched on. You're in the rhythm of the game. I'll just inbound it nice and sloppy here, and great job by Lee being right there and gets some cookies for an easy layup.
So 34 in the quarter. This is Cook, who's been quiet. Steps back, takes on Blanchard, tried to draw a foul. Couldn't get it, and Olbrich hands over to Lee. I'll slow it down for the last play of the third. Hickey gets it to Kell. Dunway from the hoop. Now tries to split a couple, and foul's going to be called on Lockie Olbrich. An offensive foul is going to be his 3rd personal, and Brisbane will get it back with 4.1 on the clock.
Brisbane lucky there because the way the momentum was running, Bogues, that was going to be a bucket of some sort.
Heartbreaker for a bucket.
You could feel it.
Yep.
Here's Norton. Hands over. Cook from half court. Not on this occasion. And we turn for home here with the Illawarra Hawks enjoying a 14-point lead. Their highest scoring 3rd quarter of the season with 34 points. Puts them in the driver's seat. They're at the top of the table, and Brisbane have got some work to do. Stay with us here in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Well, I need you to remember back a long time ago, and we're about to put that ball in that hoop. We're about to get you $9,000. Make some noise, Brisbane. All right, Matt, absolutely no pressure. What I want you to do is take a big breath, visualize the ball going in the hoop, and then we're going to give you that chance. gigantic check, which if you go into a bank, they want to give you nothing. We'll probably transfer this. All right, Matt. We're going to count you down. Brisbane, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matt, unfortunately you missed, but you did hit the backboard, which says something. Ladies and gentlemen, the next game, all thanks to Carnival Cruise, is going to be $10,000. All thanks to Carnival Cruise. We'll see you then. Back to you, Adam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got some work to do, but we can do it. We need to do it.
Well, the Illawarra Hawks have stormed back to the lead here and hold a 14-point edge at three-quarter time. Brisbane have led for 19.5 minutes compared with 9.5, but Hawks are in front when it counts, and they've grabbed all the momentum on a 34-18 third quarter to give us the biggest lead of the game, and they have the possession arrow to get us underway term number 4. Ariana Prather was listening in with the Bullets during the time.
That's right, Coach Schuler told his team that they were just tested, and then they dropped their heads and gave up, and that's not who they are. It's all going to start with communication on both ends of the floor, and on offense, he wants to see the ball move.
Travelling violation called on Albrecht there under good defensive pressure from Harrison. Has just come up a little bit short from that contest as well. Not moving as freely as you would like to see the big man. They need some stops, Brisbane. They get one there. Bullets are the best fourth quarter team in the competition. They've won 8 of their last 9. They averaged 27 points in the quarter, which is the best in the competition. Prather lost the handle. Blanchfield snatches it away. So Harvey, the only starter on the floor for the Hawks here in the fourth. And he's with it now to Albrecht. Bounces into Harrison. The big men go at it, and Harrison was excellent. Hands over to Cook, who needs to get going. He's 1 of 6 from the field. Prather, who's been the go-to all night, he can't connect. Well done, Hickey. Shovels it forward to Harvey, gets it back. Handball off to Albrecht for the finishing touches.
Textbook fast break basketball. Good hands by the Hawks. Lead to that easy layup.
Norton hard to the hoop, can't convert. Brisbane will get it back. Swakala Bullock will check in.
Just once again, nothing easy for Brisbane. Even out of a timeout, I would have liked to have seen something off the board, maybe to get a back pick, a back cut, something just for an easy layup, just to push that defense down a little bit. But they're going back to isolation shots, and it's just hard to sustain for long periods of time in a game sometimes.
Well, 4 assists and 15 turnovers for the Bullets in this one.
Prather. Nice ball movement with Harrison, shut down by Blanchfield, who stood his ground well against a bigger man. Shot clocked at 2. Bannon's going to have to force it up here in traffic. Can't get it done. And a shot clock violation in the background.
Folks, we talked about Illawarra wanting to play better defense as we wind down the season, and they're starting to demonstrate it. That third quarter was outstanding, and to open this quarter, they've got Brisbane in all sorts of problems.
Hickey finds Harvey. High arc on the shot, the back of the rim. Harvey and Albrecht collide. They kept the ball alive. They beat Blanchfield. It was off the mark from deep. Now none of 2 from long range, chasing a 603 in the NBL tonight. Todd Blanchfield, his Prather, tough shot, couldn't convert, under pressure, loose ball, well done Albrecht.
Great wall up in transition, Bogues. Showed him 2 chests.
Stagnated at the offensive end for the Brisbane Bullets. They had 34 points in the opening quarter and 34 points since then. Made a tick over 2 in the final. Blanchfield fires. They're going to wave number 600 away.
Albrecht put that ball on the deck, tried to get to the paint. Nice kick-out pass, but like so many bigs, they don't control themselves after the pass. Offensive foul. Negate that 3 ball by Blanchfield.
About a 2-minute slither here, Derek, that Brisbane can get themselves back in this game, but they need some baskets here and a couple of stops, and they're back in it.
Prather inside Kell, who's forced to foul. They'll wave away the continuation. Second personal on Trey Kell.
And that's my call with the foul there. Doesn't really help the offense. He's going to score anyway. Just kind of let it go. It's advantageous for the offense. I think he caught the ball in a great spot. Foul didn't really make a difference. I think we can play on with those ones.
The only danger, I guess, is if Trey Kell is in foul trouble, which can mitigate that a little. Well done, Harvey.
I think Brisbane will take a bucket.
I think they will.
At any cost.
Swakalabulik at the other end adds to his tally. In fact, his first points in the game. So it's starting to get a little ugly now for the Brisbane Bullets, who led by 10 in the second quarter and now find themselves down 18. Played 3 minutes here in the final quarter.
Yeah, we see just a simple post-up, but at least you got 2 feet in the paint. You get a shot close to the basket, and then you have offensive rebound opportunities. I like that look, and I wish they'd go to it a little bit more with numerous different players that are on the floor right now.
Banham with 13 on 5 of 6 shooting. Curl for Frolling baseline, pushes over Casey Prather. Harrison grabs the rebound. Bannon running here. Cook joining in. Harrison close to shoot as well. Norton, they're overdue from deep and they need it, but Norton can't convert. He's now 1 of 4 from deep and 1 of 8 overall.
Well, they came into the game the best shooting three-point team at around 39-40% as Kell pulls up, but just hasn't been the case tonight. And Illawarra have done a good job also of running them off the lines. Prather tries to catch up, knocks down the 3.
Timeout goal. Trouble there.
Thought it was a travelling violation. Not going to get the whistle though.
That was fine.
Casey Prather now 3 of 4 from deep, has 25 on 10 of 17 shooting, and Brisbane mounting a charge. It's Hawks 86-73. Scored the last 5 points in the game, Brisbane. They'll need a whole lot more, and they need to find some support for Casey Prather, who's got 25 a game. So that's just a remarkable run that Casey Prather is on at the moment. It's the 4th consecutive game that he's led Brisbane in 7 of the last 8.
Well, Bose, you can guarantee he's probably going to get 30 in this one because he needs to get some shot attempts up. And he needs his partner, Keandre Cook, to come with him. Mitch Norton is 1 of 8 from the field, so not much assistance on the perimeter.
Yeah, the issue with Brisbane is if you do take Norton out, then your defense is lacking and they're leaking like a tap right now. So interesting to see. I'd love to see him go down to Bannon again inside if they can. Even Prather, just get a nice deep touch there, see what happens from there, because Illawarra are definitely kind of digging in and trying to get steals and help their post defenders kick it out, wide open 3 shooter.
Yeah, the Bullets with their shooting problems. Keandre Cook, 1 of 6 from the field with just 7 points, coming in averaging 18, which is 12th best in the competition. Mitch Norton, 1 of 8. It's been left to Casey Prather with 25, Bannon 13, and Isaac White 10 on 4 10 shooting.
Great play. Timeout by Tatum. Knowing that Harvey was going to come off, everyone's looking at him. He's going to come off to shoot a 3. Sets the back screen on Frolling. Easy layup. Sensational. Well coached play.
And Bose, you know that's one of the metrics that coaches are evaluated on, how your team performs after timeouts.
Sensational. A+.
Certainly in the conversation for Coach of the Year. Is he leading that category for you at the moment?
There's only
folks?
one. There is no conversation.
I think it's done. I think it's done.
It's him.
He's done a sensational job. Love the way he goes about it. Like I said, not everyone's cup of tea. Crosses the line a little bit passion-wise, but I like that. I'd rather that than never seeing anything, right? And I'd rather put you back on the tracks every now and then. Hey, calm down a little bit, went over the line, but I want that every day, especially as a team owner, as a GM. You know they care.
And also, he's honest with his players both ways. He praises, he admonishes.
Good balance.
Harvey from outside, can't convert. Smith-Milner had it taken away, but it spills now to Norton, who finds Prather. 5.5 remaining. They're down 15, Brisbane. Smith-Milner uses Norton with the floater, and he comes up with the goods. So Mitch Norton with his first field goal since the opening quarter.
Well, So right about now, on Christmas night, was when the Sydney Kings made their run. Similar deficit. Let's see if the Bullets watch that game closely and can duplicate that effort.
Harvey. Trey Curl got a good look. Unsuccessful. Bannon the rebound. Starting to have an influence in the game. Not like his chances here. Reaching in, Harvey dislodged the ball. Wanted Norton. Poor pass. Picked up by Trey Curl. Bullets come up empty. Curl slapped out of his hands by Mitch Norton, who's going to pick up a third personal.
And Bannon a little frustrated with Norton, it seemed, for not cutting, but the defender got it before the cut was there. And I had a coach of mine in college say, don't get mad at him, you threw it. So you just got to look after the ball a little bit better. It was a right play, but it just wasn't there. And that was a very important position for him to come up with the basket.
All right, stay with it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with it.
It's under 5 to play. Brisbane with their hands full here against the Hawks, who are playing in this venue for the first time since 2002. Froling off a missed shot from Peatling, who's claiming it as an assist. Adds to his tally.
Well, what he can claim it as his 6th offensive rebound of the game. And he's one of the best in the NBL at it. Kell gets aggressive on Prather. I think that was a foul. 10 offensive rebounds by the Hawks. They haven't shot the ball well either from the three-point line, but they've taken 11 more shots, Bogues, and that essentially is the primary reason why they have this lead.
And they've got some easy baskets. Half their baskets now, 16 assists, 33 field goals are assisted. So they're getting those easy back picks and layups, which will definitely help the offense.
13 steals in this game for the Hawks equals the highest by a team in the NBL this season. And we'll get some reaction with James Bateman courtside here with Ariana Prather.
Well, James, the way that you just walked over here with me, are you sure that you cannot suit up tonight?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to be down a little bit, time, but make sure I'm ready to go for next season 100%, so I'll be fine then.
It's definitely devastating news. It broke the hearts of everyone around Brisbane. But talk to me about how you embrace your new role on the bench, being able to kind of be another coach for the guys.
It's different, I'm not used to it, but it's easy when you're in a leadership role from the beginning. So now you're just leading from a different angle. So I just try to encourage them as best as I can, give them my insight, what I see out there when I'm playing, when I'm on the bench. So it's not working right now for this game, but hopefully it can encourage them for the rest of the season.
I definitely know the team will still look at you for that leadership on the sidelines, but on the brighter side of things, you and Nikayla announced that you guys are expecting a new bundle of joy in 2025. How awesome is that news?
That's amazing. I love my family to death. They're my everything. So now I have a little rascal that's running around with a ton of energy, and it's going to be a second one right behind him. So I'm pretty excited, and that makes this injury news a little less wrecking for my family.
Absolutely. Little James will be the best big brother ever. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You have a good one.
James Bateman put on a great season, and the Bullets are trying to lift here. Harvey down Norton, who wanted a call, and now there is an offensive call. Sam Froling wants a challenge. They're looking at the video. Froling picks up his first personal foul to go with his 15 points and 11 boards.
If you're going to use it, this will be a time. Take the risk if you think it's 50-50, because I don't think it is, but 3 minutes left in the game.
I think that's worth a challenge. Considering you've got a nice lead, throw it out there. I think they would win it, both.
Really?
We'll never find out.
Interestingly, only the third double-double of the season for Sam Froling. Jack White leads that category with 10. Xavier Cooks has 9. Montrezl Harrell and Tyrell Harrison both with 6 in this game. And Brisbane, that wasn't their best effort.
Never play with the line, kids. Either get over the half-court line or don't get over it. Don't tiptoe around it. I've seen this too many times. Cost teams games, late in games especially.
Will cost you a chance to get back into the game. Stands here for Brisbane. Just grabbed a little bit of momentum, dragging an 18-point lead back to 12 and then give up a soft turnover. Wani Swakala-Bullock set feet and comes up with his first 3 of the game.
That is a tougher shot in basketball. Hasn't been overly involved in the offense tonight. Hasn't hoisted up many threes. I think he's, what is he, 1 for 2 now. Game icing 3, essentially.
Norton rolls to the hoop, adds to his tally, down with 9. Including 4 in this final quarter. A little over 3 minutes to play. Margin at 13. Stops what Brisbane require here as Froling gets it down low against his Boomers teammate Josh Bannon. Shot clock works to 5. Harvey worried out of the points. Chance for the Bullets to edge a little closer. Prather kicks it. Smith-Milner been good from deep this season. Can't connect from there. Bannon kept it alive and has drawn some contact in the process as well.
Free throws.
Amy replay. Nice kick out there from Trey Kell. Wani Swakala-Bullock knocks it down, but on the other end, Bannon comes up with a big offensive rebound to give the Bullets a chance to get a couple of points back and maybe get into some type of alternate defense. Surely they just can't retreat back in the half-court man. Got to speed this pace up.
First miss from the stripe tonight for Josh Bannon, who was 3 of 3 before that. Hawks 19 of 22 from the stripe in this game at 86%. Bullets 18 of 23. Yeah, good contest, and really the 13-point margin will make that an even dozen now. It doesn't reflect the quality and how close this game has been when you consider that Brisbane actually led for 20 minutes in this game. The Hawks in the driver's seat right now. 2.5 to play. Looking to solidify top spot on the ladder. Oh, the 13th game. Kell will have the points waved away and called for the offensive foul. Going to be his 4th personal.
And finishing these games will be important with the playing system and the way the playoffs are set up. It could come down to percentage. And you look right now, Perth 99.51, Brisbane as of current, as of live, 99.48. So these kind of results.
Can I correct your statement? It will come down to percentage.
There you go. Yeah, it will.
We know this.
Yes.
And the Sydney Kings are going to be right up in that mix.
They are. That's why our percentage is decent, thankfully.
5 of the last 6 years, percentages decided. The spot in the play-in tournament of the playoffs, and Prather knocks down the 3. Cuts the margin now to single digits.
How do you like the percentage, Derek? Do you think it's a good thing?
I enjoy it. I think it's exciting. It takes Americans a while to understand it. It's Harvey.
So most things, fair enough, right?
Come on, man.
Blanchfield answers into Smith-Milner, who'll be called for the foul.
Celsius, Fahrenheit, took you a while, kilometers. But I think it's great because I think as a fan, you come to games and an NBA game where it's a blowout. Bench comes in, you're not allowed to score in the last 20 seconds. I want to see it till the end of the game. If I'm paying a ticket, you're down by 30 at 3/4 time, too bad. I want to see you try to get down to 20. And I think the FIBA game is designed to do that, which is good.
Well, last season we saw Sydney, New Zealand and Brisbane all finish on 13 and 15 in 5th, 6th and 7th. And Brisbane were the team that missed out. And remembering they lost 3 of their last 4 games, Brisbane. And they were just 1 win off 4. So that percentage is going to be crucial again. This is Trey Kell exploring. They need a bucket, and he delivers.
Class. Just pedigree. So smooth with it.
They've answered every challenge, the Hawks. Harrison against Froling. Hands off to Norton. Shot clock to 10. Smith-Milner fires the 3 ball. Again, it won't connect. Now none of 3 from deep. None of 4 overall.
Sam Froling grabs his 12th rebound. Amazingly consistent. 15 points on 58% shooting. 12 boards, as I mentioned, and a plus 13 as Swakala-Bullock puts the final nail in the eye of the Brisbane Bullets.
7 points for Swakala Bullock, and the margin back to 13. They come with back-to-back baskets. A tangerine timeout has been called, 1:16 to play. Remember, the action continues tomorrow night. Adelaide hosting Perth. And, of course, the Hawks have got another appointment on New Year's Eve, hosting the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in an important game. And on Sunday, Brisbane are heading to Tassie to take on the Jack Jumpers, who are really making some noise at the moment.
And the Phoenix have an interesting trip next week. They're at Illawarra, at Sydney. And that could have a lot of say on how the balance of their season goes.
Yeah, it's great. I love how close it is. I think you were saying before, like, the numbers can go all the way down at 1 to 9 and just flip on their heads, depending on how teams go over the course of the last couple of rounds of the season. But it's been fun to watch. When it's close like this, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I wasn't a huge fan of the play-in when they first brought it in, because I thought 6-team, 10-team league, my math's not great. But I would admit I'm wrong. I love it now, and I think it just keeps teams playing till the very end.
And Bogues, I'm sure you're starting to become accustomed to just the difficulty in handicapping teams and trying to predict who's going to win games. Honestly, I did not think Illawarra were going to come in here and we would be seeing this type of margin this late in the game.
Yeah, it's hard to pick. It's very hard to pick game to game. That's why I hate doing the predictions before the games.
Tough.
You know, they love to have us do those, but it's just so hard, and there's so many different factors that come into play. Illawarra are meant to be tired after a big win the other night, and they've done a great job.
They've won their last 4 games, the Hawks. They haven't won 5 in a row for the best part of 3 years. Sit on top of the ladder and looking for their 8th win from 11 games on the road this season. Casey Prather's going to be called for the foul. It's his 4th personal. More free throws to come.
And the best news, it's going to be Christmas for Southeast Melbourne Phoenix when they face the Hawks again in their uniforms. Much to the despise of Derek Rucker. They're going to keep it. I bet you they're going to keep it.
Well, I was told Christmas night after the victory down in Sydney that they intended to ride these Christmas uniforms out.
And just on that game tomorrow night in Adelaide, DJ Vasiljevic comes back from that hamstring injury. Much needed for him. 36ers at the moment have slumped from 4th on the ladder to 8th. They've got 7 wins, but with 12 games to go, 13 got you into the play-in last year, so they only have to go 500 over the last conclusion of the stage of the season. Interesting, Bogues. Adelaide will also be in Sydney on Monday night. I think it's DJ's first time back to Sydney since helped them win to the championship.
Yes, it was. The game in Adelaide was his championship game a couple of months ago, where he put it on us, and he was pumped for that one, and they won that one.
He'll get a good reaction, won't he?
Yeah, he will. He's a championship winner for our club. We loved him there when he was there, and we have no ill feelings, man. You win a championship for any club, you're celebrated. So I hope he, receives a warm welcome, as I think he will.
Cook going to work, can't convert. Bodies everywhere. Whistle provided by Vaughan Mabry.
Case, you think 13's getting in? Is that what you're saying?
Well, 3 teams tied on 13 last year. I think just with the parity of the league, that 13 might be enough. That was last season, but 13 you lost.
I think 12. 12 potentially could be in there as well.
Could be.
I think 12 could maybe scrape in for a 6, Derek.
While we're talking numbers, Illawarra have restricted Brisbane to just 34 in the second half, 18 in the third, and only 16 thus far. And I guess this one will be.
Here's Hickey looking to put on some finishing touches, and he does so, knocking down the 3, and he gives Illawarra their 7th straight century score. Into the game, Savage gets it away, but not in time, and it is the Illawarra Hawks, the top of the table, who prevail. They've won 5 straight for the first time in almost 3 years, and they have handed the Bullets an 18-point defeat. It's Illawarra 102, Brisbane 84.
Well, Case, Illawarra over the past 7 days are clearly signifying to the rest of the league, we are the premier team. We are the team to beat. You must come and chase us. And another dominant performance here in Brisbane against a team that has been playing very good basketball. Bo's got to be impressed with that performance.
The championship's gone through Illawarra, I think. I think it is. I think it's going to be very, very tough to beat them. You're going to have to play a perfect game. They're multiple one-ups. They play very, very deep. They have scoring, they have defense, and they're going to have home court most likely throughout the playoffs. I don't think their percentage is getting touched, Case. They're at 111%. I think even with a loss or two, they're going to be okay. But they had a phenomenal season. Let's just hope, barring injury, they stay healthy going into the finals nicely.
And that's been a key for them. That's 13-5 now on the season. Last year, 14-14, losing the semi-final to Melbourne. And in Brian Gourjian's last year, they went 19-9, losing the semi-finals to Sydney. But the job that Justin Tatum has done is amazing. That's 21 century scores in 37 games as head coach. He's really turned this around, including when he took the team from 2-7 and closed the season with 12-7. So let's get some courtside reaction. Here's Ariana Prada.
Here with Tyler Harvey. What a performance in front of the in-laws here at the Entertainment Center. It didn't look pretty in that first half, but you guys were able to get it done. How'd you do it?
Yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. And I think that's part of becoming a great team. Sometimes you're going to have to win ugly. And that's just the nature of the NBL. So we gritted it out. We got 11 guys. All 11 guys played tonight, and it showed.
I think you guys are at the top of the chart, and I think a lot of that has to do with just your guys' chemistry. You can feel the energy. You guys get along so well. Just talk about how much team fight this team has.
Yeah, I think, when you all get along, that's a recipe for a good team. Nobody has an ego on our team. Each person wants to see the other person do just as good. So that's a big part of what we're building, and it shows on the court.
Well, congrats. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
They've done it again. Hawks win it over Brisbane. Back to wrap it up right after this.
We will see you all at our next game on the 4th of January against the Sydney Kings.
Thanks for sharing your Friday night with us here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. The Hawks are top of the ladder. 5 straight wins, 7 of their last 8. They've beaten Brisbane here by 18 points. Andrew Bogut, what impressed you the most?
just the pace they play at. I think they lull you to sleep a little bit with that pace because it gets free-flowing, up and down, easy, but that's their game. They're going to get to over the hundreds pretty easily. Brisbane struggled to claw to even get to 84.
And they're showing the ability to crank it up on the defensive end, and that's why they sit atop of the Mitsubishi Motors ladder at 13-5, and it's their competition to win, Case.
Says Brisbane slipped from 5th to 7th with that loss, so that's a tough grind for them, and considering they face Tassie on Sunday as well. Trust you've enjoyed our coverage. Very eventful night as well, but on behalf of our commentary team, the MVPs here, Andrew Boak, Derek Rucker, Ariana Prather courtside, I'm John Casey. We look forward to seeing you again here in the Hungry Jacks NBL as the 12 days of Christmas continue, and right now the team in the Christmas uniforms are the ones to beat. It's the Hawks flying high, 13-5 on top of the ladder, and they're now 8-3, a league best on the road. Catch them if you can.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.